And then he says,
Alpha and
I don't
Sika.
know, Alpha and Sika, the wild Samoans. And he said it like that
Yeah.
too. Samoans. Roman Reigns comes out, he does his regular long entrance, and you got the whole bloodline with him. Title, or the World Heavyweight title, sitting out there. Roman Reigns doesn't even look at it. He holds his belts up. You get Paul Heyman looking at the new title, but Roman Reigns is not. He goes to the ring. He starts talking about Solo Sikoa. And when he first debuted, they didn't know if he was going to sink or swim, but they know now he swims with the sharks. And then Roman starts to berate the Usos. And he says, I'm not even a tag team guy, and you're dedicating a tag team match to me. And then you lose. And as he's talking to the Usos, he says, I want you to apologize. And the Usos, they're not going to apologize. Jay's hesitant. Jimmy, he's definitely for sure. And he's telling Roman, I'm not going to apologize. And he's laughing because he thinks Roman is joking. Roman's like, what, are we back in a commercial? You think I'm a comedian now? And now Jimmy realizes that this is serious. Roman Reigns really wants him to apologize. Because again, they dedicated the match to Roman Reigns and lost. And Roman Reigns, he's standing there, he's staring down Jimmy, and he starts to push on Jimmy. He pie faces Jimmy, and he says, apologize to me. Jimmy, at this point, he's had enough. He's on his way to step back up to Roman, and Jay Uso, he steps in and he says, we apologize, Uso, we apologize. So that's part one of that whole thing. Was Jimmy going to apologize? We don't know. But Jay apologized on their behalf. Roman then says that at Night of Champions, the undisputed tag team titles are coming back to the bloodline.
Actually, Heyman said that.
Oh, yeah. Heyman was filling everybody in. But Roman Reigns, yeah, he gives Heyman the mic, and Heyman says the tag team titles are coming back to the bloodline because it is going to be Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at Night of Champions for the tag titles. So much news there. Number one, Roman Reigns is going for the tag titles. Number two, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are going to Saudi Arabia, which they've been very much against that. So, big news there all around. And then Roman Reigns says he's going to dedicate the match to the greatest tag team of all time.
As he's looking at the Usos.
Yeah. And then he says,
Alpha and Sika.
Alpha and Sika, the wild Samoans. And he said it like that too. Samoans. Roman Reigns and Solo, they will be facing Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the tag titles. Interesting.
One way to put it.
Unless there's like interference or something, the Usos turn on Roman and Solo. I don't see how they get out of this match.
They want Roman to have more belts, so he's like the Ultima Dragon. The Usos are going to turn on Roman and Joe, or the Usos are going to fuck it up for Roman and Joe. It's one of those three things, I think. I don't see where else you can go with it.
Yeah, so the Usos are for sure playing a part in this outcome.
Yes.
Somewhere, one way or another. I thought about it and it makes sense. But what do you think of it?
I don't like it. I don't like the idea of the top guy being at Night of Champions and then going for the tag team titles, for one. I'm tired of seeing Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and the fucking Bloodline, for two. I'm sort of interested to see what's going on with the Usos and the Bloodline, but I just think that Roman doesn't have a definitive like opposition. It just seems like he's kind of sponging off of the feud between the Usos and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I don't know. And I'm not big on tag team wrestling to begin with.
Yeah.
Anybody going after tag team titles is just... Ugh.
When they announced this, I said, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
But then as I thought about it, it made sense. Because, now remember the reports that you want they want the World Heavyweight title to be like a big deal, equal to the Universal Undisputed Championship, whatever the title is that Roman has, like the official titles. That in quotes. So if you want that to be equal, then you can't have both titles defended on the same night. One has to be defended, the other one doesn't. Because if it was defended, it was going to overshadow the whole heavyweight title picture thing. Even if it went on first, or like one feud is going to be treated as more importance than the other feud, thus making one of the titles over the other one. So it makes sense that they didn't put the other title on the line so that only one title is getting that type of spotlight. Because honestly, that match should be what closes the night if you want that to be a big deal title.
I'm with you. I would just rather Roman not be on the pay-per-view then. If he's not going to defend his titles, then there's no reason for him to be on the show. Him going after the tag team titles, it just seems like he's taking a step down.
That's also his 1,000-day reign. That very day. They wanted him on the show for that too. So they can acknowledge that he's been champion for 1,000 days.
Well, then they could do like a little celebration for him.
At Night of Champions?
Yeah. They used to do shit like that on pay-per-views.
I don't remember that. I remember they always did it on TV.
Didn't Elizabeth and Randy Savage, didn't they get married on a pay-per-view?
I don't remember. I thought that was on TV.
No.
Or they could have had him out there. He goes in the middle of the ring. He does the acknowledgement. Someone interrupts. Maybe get an impromptu match right there at night. But again, that goes back into if you're trying to treat all these titles as equal, they can't both be defended on the same show, or one's going to be less than the other.
And I'm with you there. I'm with you there 100%. So if you're not going to have Roman defend his title because you want to keep the shine on the nude belt, then Roman just shouldn't be wrestling. I think it would make more sense if Roman got another Samoan to team up with Sikoa Joe as like a little replacement for the Usos, since they're clearly on the outs.
Yeah, I just don't know who else it could have been. I don't know who else. Zion Quinn, maybe?
Didn't they just sign somebody?
Zion Quinn, he can't be in the bloodline. He lost to Quincy Elliott. So
that's true.
That his career's over.
Well, I mean,
he might well not even be in the company anymore.
They could have pulled some strings. I could have got Jacob Fatu. I mean, Tama Tonga from New Japan. I mean, there's Samoans out there that they could get.
Apparently, they are after Jacob Fatu.
They should be. He's awesome.
They're trying to bring him in, but I don't know what's happening there. I don't know, like when his contract is up or whatever. But
he could also be comfortable with MLW too.
Yeah, but I don't see him giving up the big bucks. WWE comes calling you.
Well,
you listen.
Some people, I don't know, man. It's kind of like those coaches that stay at like the temples instead of going to the LSUs.
Well, then you also expose yourself, Tom Herman.